testing testing YouTube 試音 testing testing。好，咁就開始點名啦。咁啊係未開嘅可以開翻個 cam 先。係咁就另外咧就跟學號 OK。好1，跟住2就未見到，3、4、5、6。好，跟住咧就係、7號、8號喺咪度？7號連翠雲喺咪度？好似唔見啦。8號盧燕林喺咪度？暫時未見嚇。跟住係9、10、11、12、13、14 OK。9、10、11、12、13、14。好。跟住係15、16、17、18、19。15、16、17、18、19號，20喺咪度？20號韓子軒喺咪度？未見。好，跟住係21，咁就22號郭欣順喺咪度？未見到。跟住係23、24、25、26、27、28、29、30 OK， 好多之後都有啦。咁啊係啦，都頭先數學堂都有提過嘅，即係 M2 嗰時都有講過嘅。不過而家齊人啦，即係齊晒全班。咁就一陣間咧我哋會去 YouTube 嗰邊度直播教書啦。咁就但係咧就都建議大家咧都可以盡量留翻喺 Google Meet 嗰度。咁即係你 Cam 嗰啲冇乜所謂啦，開唔開到。但係你可以留翻喺 Google Meet 嗰度咧，即係如果你 in case 有啲嘢想即刻講嚟問嘅話咧，咁會方便啲嘅。因為 YouTube 如果你喺嗰邊問咧，即係就要打字嘅，咁可能辛苦啲。咁所以如果你係有多過一個機嘅，即係可能之前問過你啦，用手提電話定係用電腦咁樣樣。咁就如果你有多過一個機可以同時開到 YouTube 同埋Google Meet 嘅話咧，咁你都可以盡量留翻喺 Google Meet 嗰度。咁如果你即係 in case 有啲咩係要講嚟問嘅話，可以即刻方便啲嘅，咁就嚇。好，咁我翻點一次啦，即係之前未點嘅可能就都喺度做埋啦。咁就2號郭雨純係喺度嘅，喺度係 OK， 好唔該晒。咁就7號連翠雲係喺度嘅，見到。咁就另外8號盧燕林係喺度嘅 OK， 好見到。好，咁就跟住咧就另外就20號韓子軒喺咪度？20號韓子軒係喺度嘅，見到。跟住22號郭欣順喺咪度？22號郭欣順係未見到嘅，未見到。咁我都撳咗先啦，咁就跟住我可以俾條 link 大家入去㗎啦。就lesson 3係咪？而家係 lesson 3。好啊，郭欣順都見到啦。OK， 好。好，咁我就都俾條 link 大家而家可以入去啦。等，咁我都兩邊都貼啦，即係 Google Meet 同埋呢個嘅WhatsApp 都貼咯。好，咁就可以陸續入嚟㗎啦。咁就你過 YouTube 嗰邊啦。咁但係呢條 Google Meet 嘅話，你有多部機可以 keep 住繼續開嘅，咁你都可以開住佢先啦。係。好 ，hello 啊。 哦，咁過咗嚟 YouTube 呢邊嘅可以都打啲嘢啊 ，hi 啊，hello 啊，乜都好啊，咁就係 good morning 啊，差唔多 good afternoon 嚟㗎，咁都可以打少少嘢，係 hello 咁樣樣嚇。Okay, and then I will change back to the remove the cover photo, and then also begin with this chapter 0 set worksheets. And you may also see this morning I give the assignment in Google Classroom, which is the whole set of worksheets. So I think today we can finish this whole set of worksheet. Therefore I give the assignment which is on next Monday night. That means you can still do it on Monday. Next Monday night, then you hand in the whole set of worksheet. There may be a little bit many pages, page 1 to 18. Then after you finishing them all, then you take the photos one by one, and then make it into one PDF file, and then to upload it to the Google Classroom. So there may be many pages, so please be patient. Okay, by the way, I also fixed the chat room again, so every time I have to refresh the chat room. Okay, already done. Okay. So one announcement to you first. This is about last time, the last lesson. By the way, is my voice clear in the YouTube? Is my voice clear? Hi, hello. Okay, is my voice clear? Okay, so you can hear me well. Okay, yes, thank you very much. Okay, so one thing about last time. Last time in the lesson I was quite messy because I make a mistake. Therefore, please refer to your chapter 0 worksheet. This part. This is the unit 1.1. Unit 1.1. Unit 1.1 is page 2. There is a question about making apple pie from apple. And then last lesson I made the mistake. I mixed them up. So maybe I'm just not having a good enough. Maybe I'm just not good enough at that time. Okay. Anyway, so someone asked me about this question, and then I found that I made a mistake, but I cannot change that old video. Therefore, I have to correct it here. Alright. So the relation x equal to 2y was wrong, because x apple pie and y apples, and then one apple pie. To make one apple pie, we need 2 apples. Therefore, the number of apples should be more than the number of apple pie, and that means y should be bigger than x. And then this equation is surely wrong, because in this equation x is double of y, therefore it's not bigger. Therefore, the correct equation should be the green one, y equal to 2x. And in fact, there was an answer at the below, but then I overlooked it. 明明答案就喺度啊 ，OK， 係啦，咁就其實有答案嘅，即係個答案已經喺度㗎啦，但係我都睇漏咗。And therefore the x here is also wrong. So note this when we the mistake I made last time. Okay, so this is the last part, and then shortly after, maybe I think near the end of this lesson, after I can finish everything, then I think I will also try to show you, scroll over the answer, because I have done this worksheet already. Okay, I have done this worksheet already. Then I will show you the answer one by one, and so that you can have an answer checking. Okay, but then first of all, we go to the section 3 about graphical representation. So are you all ready? Are you ready? So we begin the graphical representation, this part. This chapter 0 is about relation between variables. So we have different kind of variables, and if they are related, we try to show their relation using different ways. The first one will be we try to have an equation to show them. However, of course, sometimes the equation may not be easy. We may not easily find equation. For example, like if it is a stock market price, surely we don't have the equation. Otherwise, everyone will know the stock market price. or sometimes the equation is not very convenient. Therefore, other ways to represent, maybe the second section will be about using table. Okay, we have also checked a lot of tables. And then now this one, the third one will be we use graphs to show it. Because why there are so many different ways? As we said last time, the equation is good, but sometimes we don't have an equation. Maybe we just don't have the equation, or sometimes we just we just want to see more than the equation, because the equation is just equal, and we don't know the relation between the numbers. We don't know is it increasing or decreasing. Therefore, the table can also help us to see easily. For example, for some of the table, okay, this is one of the question. Okay, so I have done it, but we haven't done it together. But anyway, for if it is a table, then we can see as x increase, y here it will increase, but after 16, then it will decrease. And therefore, with a table, it seems easier to show some relation between the numbers, but not just with an equation. But it's also easier to see the trend going up or going down. Okay, seems easier to see the trend. Okay, so therefore here, but what about anything not enough? Any disadvantages for a table, so that we need another one about graph. The main reason is that for table, of course, when we make the table, we will do some calculation. Like maybe we really see this question 4, okay, which is the page 9, question 4. Everyone, so let's go to page 9, question 4 here, and see this question together. Although I have already done it, but I still briefly explain this one. So we have a relation y equal to negative x squared plus 8x, and then we try to construct a table. Some of the numbers are already there. And so we try to calculate the remaining. And then I think you know how to calculate the remaining. For example, this x is 4. Therefore, we put x to be 4 here and calculate the 16. And similarly, x is 5. Then we put the 5 here. So then negative 25. And then plus 8, 5, 40. Okay, so negative 25 plus 40. Therefore, 15. Okay, so we try to compute one by one this one, and then we can make the table. And by making the table, we can see as x increase, then the y will increase first, but then after 16 it goes back down. Okay, but so this is a table. Of course, then with this table we can do the solving like part B and part C easily, because negative x squared plus 8x equal to 12. That means we just want to find when y is 12. When y is 12, and then from the table y is 12, therefore x can be 2 or x can be 6, so it is like this part B. While part C here about 16, then we check from the table, there is only 1/16, therefore x is 4 here. Okay, so far up to here, this part A, part B, part C, is there any question to you? So please tell me if there are any question. And even no question, then you can still say no. Okay, so that I know you are all here with me. Okay, so any question up to this part A, part B, and part C in the question 4? Any questions? Yeah, so you see, we make the table by calculation, and then we can do some solving. That means find back the x. What is the y? Okay, so that is the how we can use the table. No question. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. And then now, what about part D? Part D is that do you think there is it has any solution? Okay, and if yes, how many? Then we check this one. This is negative x squared plus 8x equals to 10. This is the equation. That means we want to find this relation. We want to find this when y is 10. When y will be 10. Then we check from the table when y will be 10. And sadly, we don't see any 10 here for y. But do you think will there be any 10? Will there be any 10 for y? Not just in the table, but if x can be anything. Will there be any 10 here? That means will you get some value of x so that this y can be 10? Now, although in the table you see there is no 10. In the table there is no 10 because 7 and then already jumped to 12 and then 15. when it goes back 15, 12, and then jump back to 7. No 10 in here. But then, will there be some? Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Thank you, John, for your answer. So there is when you want to find 10, there is no 10 here, but it should be somewhere in between 1 and 2, because 1 is 7 and 2 is 12. Therefore, if it should be 10, then it should be 1 point something. And another place will be this 6 is 12, 7 is 7, and then if you want 10, it should be somewhere here. Therefore, it should be 6 point something. Therefore, it will be decimal number. So thank you, John, for the answer. Very good. Thank you. And then therefore, if you want to have 10, then yes, there could be 2 solutions. And where is it? It should be between 1 and 2. And the other will be between 6 and 7. Okay, so now then you can see there is something not enough for the table. But the table is not very enough because it just shows some specific positions, some specific value of x, but not all. And that's also why we will go to the next section for graph. Okay, we try to see the relation in graph. Then we can see the trend, and we can also see a different value what will be the y as well. And finally, let's just finish this part 2 as well. So what about 20? What about 20? 20. Then of course I have the answer here, no already. But could you understand why it is for 20 it is no? Could you understand why for this 20 it is no? Then again, you can see the trend for y here. Because the trend for y is it first go up 0, 7, 12, 15, 16 go up, and then after 16 it goes down. Seems like it is going up and then go down. Therefore, but 20 is so big, and so it is higher than 16, and the maximum is 16, and therefore it seems it cannot be 20. Therefore, no solution. By the way, I think it may be a new idea to you because when you are in lower form, when you are asked to solve equation, usually there is an answer. However, when you see from here, even just part B and also this part D too, you can see when we are asked to solve an equation, part B we can have 2 answers, and we also see it last time in the last lesson. And while sometimes we can see I ask you to solve an equation, there can be no answers. 講少少題外話啦喺呢度嚇，講少題外話就轉下 channel。你以前可能初中學嘅時候咧，叫親你 solve equation 都係會有 answer 嘅，但係其實亦都可以係有啲，就算初中嘅時候咧，可能你冇見過，但係咧其實咧都可以，其實有啲 equation 係冇 answer。例如咧，我寫一條，你應該我估你係即係我是但寫一條啦，你可能初中都應該係有見過呢類嘅，但係其實你有可能未必有諗過佢有冇 answer 㗎嗱。例如我寫呢個，你可以睇睇我 2x plus 3 equal to 2x minus 6。OK， 藍色呢個嚇，藍色呢個咁純粹題外話，吹下水咁樣樣啫。咁就 OK。So what do you think about the solution when we are to solve this equation？ 嗱，呢個應該望落係類似初中會做到嘅嘢啦，嚇，類似初中會做到嘅嘢啦，係咪？類似初中會做到嘅嘢啦，因為你好似拆一拆個括號，跟住搬翻位就應該 OK 㗎啦嘛，咁應該 OK 㗎啦嘛。咁嗱你試下 solve 佢嘅話咧，咁試下 solve 拆括號啦，係咪？咁 2x plus 3咁所以就2 remove the bracket then 2x plus 6啦，係咪？ and then equal to 2x minus 6。咁跟住我哋通常就會將 x 放翻埋一邊啦，數字放另一邊啦。咁所以例如 say 我就2x 過嚟啦，跟住就正6就過隔離就變減6啦。And therefore, okay, if we go on, then it will be 2x minus 2x, and then the right hand side will be negative 6 minus 6. Okay, it will be like this. But then the strange things happens here. 2x minus 2x, it just cancel away itself, becomes 0. While the right hand side is negative 12, because negative 6 minus 6 is negative 12. And therefore there is a strange thing that comes out, 0 equal to negative 12. Of course this is wrong. 0 is not negative 12 because negative 12 is negative. Negative 12 is negative, that means it's like I owe you something, okay? but 0 is nothing. Okay, then they are different. Then therefore, this equation, it seems we can do it in lower form, but indeed it results in a contradiction. Contradiction 即係矛盾啊！咁你可能未聽過嘅或者未聽過呢個字。contradiction 即係矛盾。咁其實呢個咧，原來咧係會即係有個矛盾出現咗嘅結果係會，即係話咧呢條 equation 咧本身咧，原來如果你想 solve 佢嘅話咧，結果就只會有矛盾。即係話你無論你放啲咩 x 落去咧，都唔會令到條 equation 係啱嘅，即係 no solution 啊！簡單嚟講 ，and therefore we can conclude here it has no solution。咁啊呢啲嗱，呢望落可能初中係可以做到，但係其實咧你發覺原來初中咧你見過嘅嘢其實都未必係真係見晒㗎，有時嚇，即係原來咧呢條望落好似初中會做到嘅嘢咧，其實係做唔到㗎，原來係冇答案嘅，係上面條式唔啱啊，係啊，即係其實本身你第一條式係永遠都唔可能啱到嘅。即係我啱啱寫條，即係一開始寫嗰條嘢出嚟咧，其實係 solve 唔到嘅。咁所以即係其實可能可以拓闊啲眼界咯，可以見多少少一啲嘢。Okay, therefore, my idea to give you is here that sometimes when we have to solve something, we can have many answers, or even we can have no answers, or this blue case also no answers. Okay, and also this example also gives us an idea, especially this D1, this part, give an idea that the table cannot help us to do everything. If we want to know some decimal number value, then this table is not very useful because the table does not have the decimal value. And we can only know the two solutions. Here is one between 1 and 2 and between 6 and 7. Okay, so this is then the why we are going to the next to show it in a graphical way. Then we can know more about the relation completely and understand it better. So this is a graphical representation, the third part. Then why change? Why change? Eh? Oh no, why change to the first page? Oh, special function. Oh, okay, where is the page? Okay, here. Okay, this is a section 3. That's section 3. And then what we're going to do here, we try to represent the relation. Again, the same thing is to represent the relation. But then last time we learned use equation, use equal sign. And another thing is to use table to represent. And then here we try to, the third one is to use a graph. A graph means then we will then put it into a coordinate plane, xy, and then to see whether there is a trend. Because in an xy plane here, it is easier to see going up, going down the trend, maybe easier to see. And therefore, okay, still, we may use the table to help us. But after we have the table, we try to make a graph to understand more. So let's use the first example. Let's do the first example because it will also be your homework. Then we do it together, then you can do fewer work. Okay, let's use the first example to see how a graph can help us. So the weight of a little pig is 3 kg now. Now 3 kg. Okay, and then each month its weight will increase by 2 kg. And then after X month, its weight will be Y. Then we try to find Y in terms of X. So filling the table first may be easier, therefore we fill it. When x is 0, then after 0 month, therefore after 0 month means it is still now, therefore the weight, y is the weight, and then y is 3. Similarly, 1 month later, for x is 1, that means 1 month later it increased by 2, therefore 5. And 2 months later, then it will be 7. And then 3 months later, it is 9, etc. Okay, and then the table will be like this. And if we want to express this relation in terms of y, that means the equation form. So this part A is the equation form, while part B is the table form. And then part C, later we will talk about it, it is a graph form. So for the equation form, then it will be 不如你試下 equation form 係乜嘢 ？y 係乜嘢 ？y equal to remember, after writing the equation, try to check with the table. The equation and the table should match. Okay, so you try. What is the y? Write the equation form. The table form is easy to make, but then the equation form helps us get information about calculation. What is y? Y is 3 plus 2n. Someone say 3 plus 2n. Agree? Yes, is it 3 plus 2n? Agree? 3 plus 2x. Oh yes, 3 plus 2x. Okay. Yeah, not n indeed, because it is x. X is the number of months. Therefore, it should be x. 3 plus x. 3 plus 2x. Agree? 3 plus 2x. Now, if you are not sure, there is a good thing. You can use the table to help you check. Use the table. X is 0. Y is 3. Then check, are they correct? Y is 3, x is 0. Then 3 plus 0 is 3. Okay, agree. Okay? And therefore, 3 plus 2x, okay, it is correct. It's correct. 下面有係喎，係多謝你提翻我係啊，我又係啦，呢個明明下面就有答案 ，OK 啊，明明下面就有答案係啦。Okay, so y equal to 3 plus 2x. Then now, okay, what about graph? How the graph can represent this? Then it is just like what you did in Form 2. You have the table now. You try to put these points on the table, on the graph, on the graph. Then so let's do it one by one. So first we do the 0, 3. 0, 3, then x coordinate is 0. That means here. And then y coordinate is 3. That means goes up. So it is at here exactly. So I put the point here. 0, 3. And change color for another one. 1, 5. Then 1, 5, it will be x equal to 1, y equal to 5. So it is somewhere here and then go up. And therefore, it will be 1, 5 will be here. And next, maybe orange. So 2, 7. Or 2, 7, then it will be here. And then next, maybe purple. So 3, 9. Then it will 3, 9 will be here. And finally, black. Then 4, 11. Then it will be here. And so when we plot the points there, and we find that there seems a pattern for the points. That means it's like going strictly up on a straight line. And therefore, I also prepare a ruler. So do you ever see people use ruler and Apple Pencil and draw on iPad? So I am the one. And then now I try to use ruler and then join these points up. So try to make it more accurate. Okay, and then like this. I hope it's okay. OK 好，得算係咁啦嚇，嗱都好靚啊條直線都，算係咁啦。Okay, so then this is you see we can see the different color of the points. Different color points they form a straight line. They form a straight line. Okay, therefore if we join them up with a straight line, then it shows their pattern. And then this straight line, indeed, it is also its graph. And in fact, if we try more, not just making this table, if we try more, like if we have a 5, then 13, 6, and then 6 就係 15, and so on, then you will see these also fits with the graph. And then this straight line graph indeed helps us to also fill the gap between 0, 1, and between 1, 2, and between 2, 3. Now that means this graph, this straight line graph help us to fill the gap in between. Help us to fill the gap in between. Help us to fill the gap in between. Okay. Therefore, so using a graph will have a better way, a better representation is that we can also know the value in between. Because from this, from the original points, we figure out the pattern. It is a straight line, and then the straight line helps us to know what about. So right now, for example, if I ask what is y when x is 2.5, then you can also answer it easily. Because when, for example, x is 2.5, then 2.5 go up, and you see the answer here should be 8. Therefore, then y will be 8. So a graph makes the points, separated points, connected. Okay, that's why sometimes we also use graph to understand relation. Okay, so then according to the notes here, according to these notes by Mr. Mock, then here it also tells us this is a graphical representation of the relation. So we represent this relation in a graph. This relation we represent it in a graph. And then on this straight line, any point on the straight line will satisfy the relation. Because this is the graphical representation of the relation. then any point on the straight line here, even not the point I tested on the table, any points here, they satisfy this equation, this relation, or this relation, the peak relation. Okay, and this is the graphical representation. We would like to show a few more examples because there are relations, there are graphs that may not be straight lines. So we try to show you more example. So on the next page, here comes another one. Maybe this one is still a straight line, but then we can take this. We try to also maybe we take this time to do homework. So let's now, for example, can we try it in 5 minutes together? Let's do it. Let's try to do it in 5 minutes for this question too. Maybe not together. You do it first, and then I wait a little time, and then I start doing. But don't wait for my answer, okay? Because we all want to study together, okay? We all want to learn something, but not just wait for me to say something, okay? Therefore, so you try to do this question too. Now, like 5 minutes. So the live clock is now 16, and then we check the answer when it is 21, okay? So let's do it now. Let's do it now. We check the time when it is 21. We check the answer when it's 21.好，咁我18分先開始做啊！你唔好等我答案喎，你做住先咯喎。因為我想大家都試下自己做，都試下做嘅。咁啊，但係我冇辦法睇到你做咗啲乜嘢啦。咁所以咧就即係你試下做先，咁然後我哋21分 check 答案。咁我就遲少少先開始，咁你做住先咯喎，唔使等我喎。Johnny has $900 in his bank. Each week he spent 150. After X week, there is Y left. 0. So I also fill the table first. Every week spend 150. Oh no. So weeks. Thank you very much. Weeks. 冇錯，大家要打醒12分精神啊！睇下會唔會特登講錯嘢啊！我好多時都中意特登講錯嘢㗎，或者寫錯嘢㗎。Okay, then it's nearly 21. Then we can briefly check the work here. So the table may be easy to draw to make. It is 900 and then minus 150 every time. While the relation, so you can check the relation and check against the table. Does it match? Check against the table. Does it match? And if it match, then also so we can see that this table will make the graph like this, and then join the straight line. And finally, this straight line, okay, this straight line is useful here for part D, because in part D we want to predict when Johnny will use up all the money. Therefore, when the money will become 0. And when the money becomes 0, that is when it goes to the x-axis. Therefore, you see it is 6 weeks. Okay, so this is also it shows a use of this graph. We have a graph. Originally, there are only a few points, but when we extend it, it shows us some prediction. That means we can know something about the future, for example. Alright, so this is example 2. And then there are more examples with different kind of graph. But then maybe I try not to do all, because it is also some homework. Then I leave some to you. For example, question 3, I will be left to you. But it is a little bit different. Is that this x here, it is a 2 to the power x. Therefore, when you put different x into the equation here, the equation form is given. But if we want to understand the change, then okay, so we need a table to know the increase or decrease. So when you put these x into here, it will be the power, and therefore probably you will need some calculator help. Alright, so I leave this as the homework for you. The homework is the whole set of worksheets. So I leave this for you as homework, and also plot the graph. And then you may, when you plot the graph, you may notice that this time it is not a straight line. The graph here, it is not a straight line. And therefore, you can have an experience that not all graphs are straight lines. Alright, therefore, sometimes we may, in the previous example, we have straight line, but sometimes we may not have straight line. But instead, I want to show you another example, which is also not a straight line, which is the question 4. So we also do it together here for the question 4. Okay, so it is, I know not few of you here has taken physics as elective. Therefore, this one is a very physical question. It's very related to physics. A ball here is thrown up, throw a ball upward in the air from the ground. And then after x seconds, the time is x seconds. Then the height from the ground is y meter. And the equation is also given, y equal to 4x minus 0.5x squared. By the way, this equation, in fact, it really makes sense. It is not just some equations to make up, it really makes sense. And so we try to fill the table, try to make the table. But then making this table, maybe we need a calculator help, because the 0.5x squared is a bit a bit difficult to calculate by mind. Okay, so we may need calculator to help us here. So 4x minus 0.5x squared. Therefore, put x 0, then 0, 0, just 0. This no need calculator. While for 1, then 4 minus 0, also no need calculator. So 4 minus 0.5 is just 3.5. And then put 2. 撳 cap 啦，呢個撳 cap 我唔慢慢做啦，我撳咗算啦，就唔慢慢再講啦。咁就 0.5 2 square 即係4啦 ，and this is 6。And then put 3, then 4 3 12 minus 0.5 times 3 3 is 9, or 7.5。咁啊16啦，再減4 4 16減8啦，就係8。And then 8。And then 5 4 5 20, and then 0.5, and then 5 5 25, so it's 7.5. Okay, so 時間關係，我哋做咗個表啦已經。Okay, so the table is already done with the help of calculator. And now we want to try a graphical representation. Yeah, it will be a curve. Yes, you can see because it goes up and then goes down. It's just like the first example 4. But how curved is it? It's also a good experience that we plot it together. So 0, the first point 0 0. Then we plot it here 0 0. And then the next point is 1 3.5. And then so we plot it 1 3.5 somewhere here. And then the next is 2 6. I don't circle it. Okay, so 2 6 somewhere here. And then 3 7.5. So 3 7.5 somewhere here. And then 4 8. 4 8 is 4 and then 8 somewhere here. 5 7.5 is going right a bit again, and then 7.5. The height is 7.5. And then 6 is 6 6. So 6 6 somewhere here. 7 3.5, so somewhere here. And then finally 8 0 somewhere here. So you can see it kind of form a pattern. Yeah, a U shape. Yes, Henry, thanks for your message. So it is like an inverted U shape, and then it is indeed also how this graph look like. And if we want to use a better line to join them up, then probably it may be like this lah. But I must say it is very difficult to do it in iPad. When I try to draw the line in iPad, probably the line is not very ugly. I try my best. Okay, so if I try to join it with smooth line, now here we know since from here we can see it seems from 0 to 1 this increase is very big, and then the increase seems getting smaller and smaller, but it is still increasing. But the increase getting smaller. Therefore, you should not use straight line to join them up. 我補充一下嚇，呢個咧，因為咧你見到0去1係加得好多㗎，跟住慢慢加得比較少啊，所以咧應該如果就咁攞直線嚟連起佢咧，就好似唔係太過合理啊。因為如果你攞個直線嚟連起佢咁樣咧，咁就會變咗咧好似即係佢係好曲折咁樣啊，佢就唔係好連續啊。但係咧呢個咧佢本身應該係一個即係佢個增長咧就係加得好多，跟住慢慢加得冇咁多，跟住加得比較少啦，跟住跌翻落去咁樣，即係好似係一個比較 smooth 啲㗎。咁但係咧，如果你用直線嚟連起佢咧，即係好似你以前小學整嗰啲折線圖咁樣咧，咁就變咗咧就會比較好似好 sharp 咁樣，就應該唔係啦。咁所以咧，我哋就喺度想用啲曲線，用嗰個 smooth curve smooth 比較圓滑啲嘅曲線，咁啊連起佢嗱。不過我 Apple Pencil 畫就應該90%都會手殘㗎啦，咁啊盡力啦。咁就覺得 OK, so we try to join them up with the smooth line, smooth curve. Then it may be like this. Okay, so the graph may be like this. 嗱，不過咧，因為我畫嗰時咧，我好難對位嘅，或者我啲 art 都非常相當之差嘅，所以如果有啲同學咧 art 比較好嗰啲，就應該畫得靚啲啦。咁啊 ，OK, then this is the shape of the graph. The graph may be like this, and it is a U shape, inverted U shape graph. Inverted U shape graph. So is it okay? Is it okay? Can you also draw it? Can you draw it better? If you can draw it better, you can put your drawing into the WhatsApp and show us how good you draw. But honestly, I think mine is not very good here because it's not easy to draw on the iPad. Also, this is a graph of this relation, and the original relation here is y equal to 4x squared minus 0.5. Sorry, y equal to 4x minus 0.5x squared. So this is a relation. And then when we represent this relation in a graph way, then it is a curved line like this. Because we make the table, we plot a few points, and we find the trend. The trend should be like this. The look of the graph should be like this. Alright, so any question up to here? Any questions up to here? Oh, we have about 5 minutes left. Oh. We probably okay. We need to finish this whole set. Okay, we have only 5 minutes left, but I think it can be enough. Okay. So any questions? Any questions? So say no if it's okay. Say no if it's okay. No problem. If it's okay. Oh, okay. No problem. Okay. No problem. No problem. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so then we finish this example, and then maybe for the rest, it can be our homework. Okay. So now next about you. So part C, when will the ball be 6 meters from the ground? When will the ball be 6 meters from the ground? 喂，唔係話，唔係啊嘛，又嚟啊 ？OK。OK， 我見到黑咗畫面，黑咗畫面。頭先 M2 堂都試過黑咗畫面。OK， 好，我盡快救翻佢，我仲有幾分鐘啦，我知道都。嚟過先，熄咗呢個，我哋斷咗個 WiFi， 咪斷咗 Apple Play。OK。好，俾佢開翻嚇，等我陣啊，稍後啊，通常分零鐘可以解決到㗎啦，呢個。So does it come back？ 未喎。Okay, does it come back now? Does the screen come back now? It lags out just now. Okay, yeah, because there's unstable network. Okay, yeah, it comes back. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, comes back. Okay, so when will the ball be 6 meters from the ground? Then, because the y coordinate, the y here is the height above the ground, and therefore 6 above the ground means we want to know when y is 6, and so we can just draw a horizontal line for y equal to 6, because y equal to 6 means the y coordinate is 6, therefore y coordinate 6, the horizontal line here shows the y coordinate 6, and from the graph we know these 2 points. Okay, these 2 points. So I can draw a line here to show clearly, draw the y equal to 6, and then this point and this point are the position of x where y is 6. And so from here we can see it is 2 and it is 6. Therefore, when will the ball be 6 meters from the ground? It will be when 2. Let me check the unit. 2 乜嘢呢？ 2 seconds 係啦 ，2 seconds. Also, it will be 2 seconds and 2 seconds and 6 seconds. Okay, next part D. When will the ball reach the maximum height? And again, we can, from this graph we can see easily the maximum height here is this highest point, and the highest point, when is it? Then it is 4 here. Therefore, this one is 4 seconds. Okay, and then also part E, someone claims that the ball stays above 4 meters from the ground for at least 6 seconds. Above 4 meters from the ground for at least 6 seconds. Then this graph shows us the height at different time. So when we want to know when it is above 4 meters, then we can draw again another line to show above 4 meters. So above 4 meters, then we take 4 as the reference. And above, then this whole part will be above 4 meters. Is it at least 6 seconds? Then we can check. How do we check? At least 6 seconds. How do we check? Then it is 4 meters. Then this is the first place above 4. And this is the ending place above 4. Then we just check this value. And see is it at least 6 seconds? 咁係咪啊？大家可唔可以決定到啊？係咪 at least 6 seconds 啊？咁係睇翻咯，呢度究竟係即係呢個成個究竟係有幾闊啦？咁呢個就應該係數下先，呢個係6點幾啦，呢個大約係6 point something 啦，然後呢個係1 point something 啦，咁係咪至少6秒啊？係咪留咗喺4米高以上至少6秒啊？咁啊，因為呢個係1 point something， 呢個係sorry， 呢個係6 point something，and then this is 1 point something。咁所以 扣翻佢咧，就應該唔夠啦，應該得5點幾秒啫。Okay, so we can explain it by as follows. So when y is 4, then from the graph we can see x is about 1.25 4格啦， or x is about 6.75. Then when we do the subtraction, so the time required will be 6.75 minus 1.25, which is only 5.5 seconds, but it is less than 6 seconds. Therefore, I don't agree. Remember to answer the question, because the question for you is, do you agree? Therefore, make sure at the very end you answer the question, I don't agree. Okay, then this is a question 4. So, is it okay to you? Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay. So I know time is nearly up because it is the lesson ends at 40. I think probably we may not have enough time for the others. So there are a few pages more because again question 5 briefly talk about it. It is again make the table and then draw the graph. Okay, make the table and draw the graph, and then try to understand some situation from the graph. And similar for the others. Okay. Maybe really this part maybe we need to say. Okay, then maybe we can only do it next time maybe. Okay, so anyway, I still put the assignment, but I still put the assignment on the Google Classroom. But then I will put the deadline a little bit later. So if you you can of course do it first. You can read this first. For example, you can also read the 3.2 by yourself, because when Mr. Mock designed this set of worksheet, he also tried to have some explanation, and then follow with some questions. So you can still try by yourself. But then I may put the deadline a little bit later, maybe not next Monday. Okay, maybe a few days later. But then over the weekend, I think you also better try as much as possible. Try this whole set of worksheet. Otherwise, there will be a lot because it's totally 18 pages. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So before the end, okay, yeah, I see many yes here. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so before the end, I would like to take opportunity to introduce this to you about the WinMaths. Okay, so I changed the screen. I changed to my not this one. I changed to I changed to this no not this one. This one, the WinMaths. Have you ever go to this website? I introduced this to you some time ago, but then I have not demonstrated it. Therefore, so I try to also show it here. Have you ever been to this website? This is our 呢個不如中文啦，唔緊要啦，呢啲又唔係教書。呢個係啦，未去過嘅話咧，介紹下啦。呢個咧係可以俾大家操下數㗎，呢個好正㗎。即係呢個係我哋今年咧我哋係PYC 咧新開發嘅平台，數學科嘅平台嚟嘅。咁大家見到畫面啦，就係可以嚟做呢個無限操數㗎。即係咧佢呢個系統咧就會係你揀翻唔同嘅 form 啦，咁就你可以揀翻啲 topic 啦，咁然後咧佢入到去咧就會電腦隨機咁樣 gen 啲題目出嚟，咁就會俾你答嘅。嗱，譬如咧可能我揀啲form 3啦，我哋都係開發中嘅，所以唔係全部都會有，但係我哋一路全年咁教落去咧，就會越嚟越多啦咁樣。係啦，咁咧就例如咧，所以呢個譬如 form 3咁呢個有個 factorization， 咁大家記得舊年 form 3第一課就係學cross method 啦。咁我好快因為我知道40分夠鐘啦，咁樣咁我都盡快講完介紹俾大家。咁譬如我哋學個 cross method 喎，咁你撳呢個咧就可以做啲 cross method 嘅練習啦，咁樣。咁就譬如佢會 gen 電腦會 gen 條題目出嚟。 咁然後咧，你就factorize 咁答案係邊個啊？咁啊嗱呢個我好快做咗佢啦。應該係 B 啦，咁我就撳 B。咁咧就會話俾你知，你嘅答案係啱啦咁樣。咁同埋佢仲有 solution 俾你嘅。咁你就可以撳下一條啦，咁再下一條試咁樣啦嚇。咁就例如呢個咁，今次我試下特登做錯佢啦。第二條呢個我特登試下做錯。咁就呢個如果錯嘅話咧，我唔識錯喎，都唔知點做嘅。B 啦 B 咁錯咗啦。咁就會話翻俾你知。咁咧，如果呢度咧，咁佢哋又會將每一課咧都有好多分咗啲唔同嘅 skill 㗎。咁你就如果每一條都識做嘅話咧，咁即係話你應該成課都識做啦咁樣。咁就而每一個咧，你每一個 skill 咧，你連續答啱3題咧，就可以獲得1粒星星啦。例如呢度咧，我之前就自己玩過啦。咁咧就連續答啱3題可以獲得1粒星星啦。咁於是咧，其他都係㗎，咁每課都係嘅。咁Form 4咧就因為舊年Mr. Mock 已經開發緊㗎啦，咁所以咧就比較齊啲嘅。Form 4就開始已經有啊，雖然我哋未正式開始教 Form 4啲書嗰啲啦，咁但係大家未來咧都可以就多啲用呢個平台去幫你做溫習咁樣。例如我哋一開始會教第4課先嘅 Equation of Straight Line，咁大家咧第時就可以喺 Equation of Straight Line 呢度咧就可以每個 skill 咧都可以做下咁樣啦。好，咁我就介紹翻呢個啦，咁就最後提翻咧就係功課。咁頭先講話，因為我哋未完全教晒，所以功課咧我哋都會褪遲幾日。但係你嗰度18版好多㗎，咁你又唔好等 weekend 先至，即係你唔好等臨交之前一日先做，你 weekend 可以做定先啦，咁樣。OK， 好，咁就我哋完啦，夠鐘啦，因為我都唔想大家下一堂啦，咁就我哋之後再見啦，拜拜。